First thing we're going to be reacting to is Nykel Dante. That's a black ass fucking name. I can't say nothing because my name is Nykel. So hey, let's not be racist. But yeah, Nykel Dante. Black people and homophobia. Hey, I gotta watch this because hey, I used to say the F word. I don't say it anymore. But I never said it out of hatred. I said it because it was funny. And I said it because people said it was, politically correct not to say it. And so I would just say it just to say I can do whatever the fuck I want. But now I don't say it because I'm like, man, I really don't even need to fucking say it. So, without further ado, go ahead, Nykel.
Children come
Sounds
out
like
and say
Nykel,
that
don't
they're
it?
gay,
But blacker.
you should immediately ask them,
Oh yeah. Cheers. Cheers.
who touched you, baby?
Do you think being gay is a choice?
Yes, I do believe that. Some people believe it's natural. It's just natural, and you like what you like. Some people believe that. At a point where you overstand, like, what the way you were intended to be, you can only reproduce with a woman. Some natural. We're supposed to have sex with women. That's what I believe.
So do me a favor right now, and don't let me have to say it again, because it's not going to be nice. Okay? Homosexuality is not something that I condone.
Say have a good day. What the f is that?
You don't want to put a filter on them.
Please back up.
Boy, get out of here with your gay.
Back up.
Get out of here with
Back
your
up.
gay.
It's so weird when I'm talking to another black
You know what's crazy? Most of the things,
person and I find out that they're prejudiced in any way. Like homophobic black people, for an example. Because you know what it's like to be discriminated against because of something that you can't control. So why would you ever do that to someone else?
I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and y'all gonna take it how y'all gonna take it. But the black community treats gay people like how the white community treats black people. And I'm gonna say it like this. White people or white elitists always accepts the exceptional Negro, right? If you could sing really well, if you could dance really well, if you could throw a football really far, then the white community will accept you, right? Because we don't like your people, but we like your contributions, right? And that is exactly how.
Well, no, I would not say that. I would not say that. I believe that it's more of a times are changing, and it's really the old heads. It's really just the old heads. The old heads are the '80s babies and back. A little bit of the '90s babies spilled over to, but really like the '80s babies and back, to where they're so resistant. They're so resistant to change. That's really what it is, and because though the old heads, they're the ones that like swept shit under the rug. Like, there's gay people has been here since the fucking dawn of time. Let's be for real. Gay people's been here since the dawn of time, but it's always been swept under the rug. So, but in the black community, there's a lot of shit that is swept under the rug, like incest, like the DL cousins or DL uncle, being raped, that's swept under the rug. Those conversations you need to, the pedophiles, that stuff. Pedophilia, that stuff is just swept under the rug, and then when it's pushed into their face, as in black people's face, because they're all traditional. Let's say it with air quotes for a reason. They don't want to come face to face with it because really they're scared, because they think that if I come to terms with it, that means I'm gay. Since they're gay and I hang around them, that means I'm gay. No, that's not the case. They just want to be treated as equally as you. It has nothing to do with the fucking elitists. It has nothing to do with, okay, well, if you're not this, then you're that. Well, this is what I can say about that. Because when he's talking about elitists, I immediately thought about money. Now, when it comes to black people and like gay people, they really want gay people to act normal. as in like act how they act. They don't want them to be very flamboyant, right? But that shows their insecurity within themselves and with the way they love. I used to be like that. I used to be like, nigga, no. Actually, no. I was more on the lines of, look, I don't give a fuck who you love. I don't. Don't try to push it on to people. That was my thing. Don't try to push it on to people because I don't be going around saying how many bitches I done fuck. I don't go around talking about how many women I get. I really don't. If anything, more people bring that up than I go ahead and say it. I slept with your mom. How you doing, big brother? It's been a fat ass minute. How's Hawaii doing? It's snowing. It's cold as fuck over here, bro. It's like fucking, well, it's 14 degrees when I got back in the crib. Now it's like, what? I would say it's like maybe in a 9. What's the temperature now? 8 degrees. It's supposed to, the lowest is supposed to, nah, it was snowing last weekend. There's hella snow on the ground though. Hella snow. But it's 8. The lowest supposed to be is like -3. But I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Just, hey, chopping it up with Yahweh, God, getting closer to myself, going within, and staying out of the way of the bullshit. Just help my family out with what I can, what I can't. Don't let that shit stress me out. But how about you, brother? How have you been, man? I hope you're doing good. I know you're doing well because you're in fucking Hawaii. You're in fucking Hawaii, so I know you're enjoying the fuck out of that weather. Oh God. And then if y'all smoking, if y'all drinking, hey, I slept with your mom. I know you got something like rolled up and shit like that. You better spark that shit up, brother. Cheers. But love, peace, positivity. But yeah, when it comes to black people with homophobia, black people are along the lines of, hey, I don't want you to be too gay. Don't be too gay around me. In which, in that retrospect, I can agree with what he's saying when he's talking about the white people, how whites were to black people. But when he said the elitists, that really just, I feel like that's a stretch. But how white people was, to where it's like, don't be too black around me, and how some white people still are, like, don't be too black around me. That's how black people are to gay people, to where it's like, don't be too gay around me. But like I said, that's what the older crowd, like the people who were born like I give it to 98, 97, really 96. I don't want to keep pushing it up. I say 97, maybe a little bit 96, but 97 and down, they're more open to like gay people and trans and, you know, the asexual. Even if they don't agree, they will respect them as they are their own. The real thing is about people who is just not being authentic. They're trying to prove something to other people. And I'm talking about the gay people. As in, they trying to be as flamboyant. Oh yeah, I'm gay, so what you gonna do about it? I'm gay, you can't do nothing. Or I'm gay and I do this. Like, bruh, is your whole personality about you being gay? Let's be for real. Is your whole personality about you being gay? Like, do you like to cook? Were you in the military? What kind of music do you listen to? Gay music? Listen to Elton John? Listen to Isaiah Rashad? He got caught, you know, having a gay sex tape. Like, what do you do that does not revolve around you words? What do you do, or what is it about you that does not revolve around you being gay? It's just like, when it comes to like titles, like, people forget that, like, when it comes like titles like mother, father, soldier, sister, people think that those titles are them. Like, no, they're still the individual. Like me, Nykel. I am Nykel McQuarrie. But I also have, I graduated from college, so I have a bachelor's degree, or NKU alum. That's where I went to college at. I was in the military, so I was a soldier. was also a staff sergeant, so I was a NCO. What else? I've done a hella different shit. But guess what? I am still me. I am Nykel McCurry. Those are just characteristics and just titles, and I understand that. And I'm heterosexual. That's just me. That's just a characteristic. That's just my personality. That's just me. That's my sexuality technically, but so it's like those describe who I am, but I know who I am to a T. So they come in handy when I need them to come in handy. That's what your mom said. It's one of those controversial topics that not a bad thing that they exist, but it is when they start turning their identity to an agenda. Yes, and to an agenda is where the problems begin to arise. Yes, correct. Like, really, and that's their sexual identity. The biggest thing is sexual. That's not their actual identity. That's their sexual. That's a part of their sexuality. That's the problem. When they forget that it's the sexual identity, not their actual identity. When they mistake that sexual for the actual identity, that's not them. Their actual identity is them, who they are as a person. The sexuality is just a part of it. Let's go ahead and get to some more, because I'm only 1 minute and 40 seconds into this 25-minute video, bro. Y'all know I can talk all night,
Black community treats gay people. Y'all love James Baldwin, bro. Y'all throw a James Baldwin quote up somewhere so fast.
James Baldwin, he was
Black
gay.
History Month. Y'all get his quotes tatted on y'all. He's gay. How you not gonna like gay people but love a good James Baldwin book or love a good James Baldwin quote?
And this is a generalization of
Angela Davis.
And this whole thing is a generalization of black people. But you know to yourself whether you do or you don't like who you don't like, or who you do like.
Y'all love posting her with her fro and the Black Panther Party and all that stuff, especially during Black History Month. She's gay. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all love some Audre Lorde. Y'all love talking about intersectionality. Y'all love talking about civil rights.
The only person I kind of know of is
part
James
of the
Baldwin.
LGBTQ plus community. You can't like their contributions to the black community and what they've done to push us forward, and then not like gay people at the same time.
Nah, bro. See, he's one of those people who is mistaking their identity for what they did. Well, that their sexual identity for their identity. He's one of those people. Now, he is preaching the right narrative to where it's like, hey, like, they did good things, so you shouldn't take one without the other. But he's going off of a basis of, you like these things, they also just so happen to be this, so you should like them and understand that they're gay, so support all the gays. Because they're gay and they did this. Either you do like them or you can't like them because you don't like gay people. That's not how it goes. Because James Baldwin, amazing author, and other stuff, I don't really know too much. But yes, he was gay. But that's a part of his other different things of his identity. James Baldwin didn't flamboyantly go out and say, hey, I'm gay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this because I'm gay. He didn't do that. He was just an amazing author who just so happened to be gay. So he had me at one point because of his argument, but then it kind of went to the extreme. I won't say to the extreme, but it got off course.
Lately, I've been running into the constant homophobia on my timeline pertaining to black people. And when I tell y'all I'm not surprised, anybody who's black and gay knows exactly.
Exactly. This feels right, therefore it must be right. It's just like, I slept your moms. You missed it. A couple days ago, I had a stream talking about, just baby mama culture. Just because it's common doesn't mean it should be normalized. That's the biggest thing. Now, people are gonna feel how they're gonna feel. That's facts. People are gonna feel how they want to feel, whether they feel like they're gay, whether they feel like they're different sex, whether they feel like they're a fucking strawberry octopus. They're gonna feel how they want to feel regardless, right? That's not the problem. The problem is when they try to force other people to think that. To where it's like, bruh, I know you're not a fucking strawberry octopus, bruh. You're just a fucking white man who just loves to eat mop water. Like, that's it. If you tell me once, that's all right, cool. And then I forget because I'm so used to you. Because they like to, because this is what happens. They don't do this when they're young. They do it when they're, of age because they have to. They have to wait till they're legally of age, to get out their parents' house, stuff like that. Well, shit, nowadays, parents, because of the PC, they're starting to go ahead and allowing their kids to go ahead and chop off their meat or do the intersex change and shit like that, right? But a lot of people, they would wait until they're of age and then go ahead and switch their stuff. Say, hey, I don't like going by this because this is what I feel, and da-da-da. And so it's like, okay, I respect that. I'm gonna call you by this. There's times where, you slip up, but then hey, like, do this. Or there'll be like some, they don't really get mad at it. But it's the people who get mad, like raging mad. It's like, hey, I told you it's not this. You keep calling me this and da-da-da. It's like, bruh, my bad. I don't think you understand. I'm so used to you. I'm so used to the old you to where it's like I can't, there's times like I have a trans brother who used to be a girl. And there's times where I've called his name her name. And she's seen that, and I just switched it up too. I just flipped it up too. He's seen that and didn't say anything. And my thing is, I realized it afterwards, but then I was like, I'm not even gonna say nothing because I'm just gonna not know for the next time. Like, it's still I gotta make sure I get it right. I'm not gonna get it right every time because I'm so used to, you. But they know that he knows that there's no harm coming or malice from me saying that. Like, I'm not saying, hey, this is you because I know it's you. Like, no, I know you're changing, but give me time to not really adjust to it and adapt to it to where it's like I remember that, because it's not gonna be always like, not gonna always, it's gonna slip my mind. I'm gonna have a Freudian slip. I'm so used to calling you this. The only approval that you need is from Yahweh, is from God. That's it. And I don't hang around those people who be like all right, if you don't play along with me, then you're a fucking homophobe. You're a fucking, you're anti-trans, shit like that. Nigga, you lucky that Yahweh is watching, because I would have been called you a faggot. Oh God. But Yahweh's. And also, my heart's not like that. I just say that as a fucking joke. But it's like, bruh, you coming at me with malice when I'm not even trying to, like, bruh, it's just a simple mistake and I'm trying to understand you. It's like, my thing is, I don't be trying to understand gay people. It's like, bruh, you take a... No. I ain't playing games, bro. But when it comes to I'm not trying to understand gay people, because I ain't gonna cap. You take dicks in the ass, so I don't need to understand you. You got it. But it's also like, bro, like, I understand you on the level of, because I said it as a joke, but I understand you on the level of, I get it, you're oppressed because of the choice that you made, because it is a choice. There's a lot of DL dudes and shit like that just went under because they chose to not act on what they felt was right, but they did it on the DL, the download. That's why they call it DL. You just chose to come out with it and say, hey, this is my piece, and da da da. The thing is, you can't force everybody to be on your side. You can't, because not everybody's gonna agree with you. You just got to be okay with, hey, either you with me or you not. I'm gonna still love you anyway. But this is who I am. This is who I am, and that's how it's gonna go.
Exactly how ruthless our own community can be when it comes to our sexuality or our identity. When being gay is a punchline, the message is very clear. People like me are tolerated at best, but never fully accepted. I think a lot of this comes from fear rooted in religion, though, and how masculinity has been defined for black men. The pressure to be seen as strong in a world that already tries to break us. The truth is, this kind of homophobia hurts real people. It pushes queer black folks into silence. It makes us feel unsafe in our own families, and it teaches us to shrink ourselves just to belong. Now, I love my community, don't get me wrong, but I have to be honest on where we fall short as a whole. But let's unpack this and talk more about it. What's up, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Dante, and I'm back again with another video.
Such a black
Before
name,
we get
bro.
into everything, I would like to send out my love. I just want to keep thanking y'all again for just the love, the constant comments, the views, and all of that stuff. We are actually close to 34,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to me yet, but you really love my content or you just enjoy my takes, please take the time out of your day to do that, okay? And like this video. As you guys can see by the title, we are talking about black people and homophobia. Now, I wanted to revisit this conversation because, of course, this is nothing new. I've already spoken on this before. I did a video on this 3 weeks ago, actually, just basically talking about homophobia in general, right? Now, the reason why I want to specifically talk about black people today
That shit runs
because
rampant.
there's been a lot of viral moments that's been going on pertaining to TikTok and on Twitter or just social media in general. There's been like heavily black people just being homophobic unprovoked. Now, the first situation I want to address is the Deontay situation. So before we even get into the situation, I do want to kind of give Deontay a proper introduction. So if y'all don't know who he is, he's a public figure. He's very known for, taking care of himself. He looks very great. He sells courses on like fitness and stuff. He was randomly shopping on Christmas Day and ended up running into a black woman. This black woman, y'all, she was not hiding her homophobia. And normally, as gay people, as trans people, we can sense when somebody's being homophobic. They don't take it to the extreme sometimes. But this girl, she took it to the extreme.
I don't even know
What you gonna
started attacking me
do?
for no reason.
Nah, this
I don't
nigga need
even
to
know
crop
you.
that up.
I don't know
I'm
you.
sick of this gay.
I don't know
I'm sick
you.
of this gay.
know you. I came in
That
I don't know her. I'm
Go,
gonna report for my
get
I have a
going.
government job that
And y'all want to know why she even crashed out? Because Deontay ass was fat. That's literally the only reason. Like, she had no other reason to harass this man.
Bro, hold on, bro. Alright, bro, hold on. I ain't gonna lie, that was funny. Call me off guard, but that shit was funny. You ain't had to do all that. Right? That was funny. But you know what's crazy too? Hey, I slept with your moms. I already know. No, nigga, I'm streaming. I said text me. Apparently that's what the crash out was for. I guess she was mad. I guess she had a BBL, and I guess this shit was all natural or something like that. But yeah, it's like that's where it's like, hey, you need to accept mine. You need to accept me, but I'm not gonna accept what you are saying. Like it's a accept me for everything, but I'm not gonna accept you. That's not how it works. Because acceptance, it's a 50-50 chance. It's a 50-50. It's a, hey, I'm coming out to you. Oh, you coming out? Sorry. All right, they're coming out to me. Damn. Okay, that was very strong of you. That was very brave of you. I'm not too sure what you need me to do or what you want me to do, but I appreciate you for telling me this and how I will respect you with how you move forward. So if you're changing your name or whatever, just asking questions, just, and just being supportive, right? That's 50%. The other 50 is no, you're not gay. This is a phase. No, that's not true. I didn't raise this individual. Or I've never seen you be gay, so why are you gay now? Oh my God. I'm not hanging around with you because I'm not gay. I'm not gay, so that means you're not gay. It's 50-50. And then also another thing I was gonna say too, when it came to that scenario that he just the video, it's majority black women who call straight black males gay when they get rejected, right? And there's majority black women who hang out with gay men, and they get mad at black men when they are uncomfortable around gay men, which just an insecurity on black men, but also black women are the most homophobic when it comes to that. They're the most homophobic because they're so quick to call a straight black man gay. Oh, you rejected me, and I try to. I'm giving myself and getting out of my bubble to give myself to you, and you're not even gonna take me because you say you're on a spiritual journey, or you're on you're fasting, or you're doing semen retention. No, you're just gay. You're just gay. Oh, he keeps his room clean. He keeps his car clean. Oh, he must be gay. Bro, I remember, and this is, I'm not even gonna say it because it's not even a black woman who said this. But we'll say that. But yeah, man, it's mostly black women who are homophobic. It really is.
And like it turned into her.
And I love my beautiful black queens.
To trying to put her hands on him. Now, Deontay, of course he's in shock and embarrassed and felt humiliated. So he recorded the whole thing. Now, Deontay, he did give us an update and basically let us know that she was slung to the ground after the video went off. So I don't know if he was implying that he did that. I don't know. But if he did, I'm not against.
Hey, look. I'm not saying because he's gay that he gets a pass for putting his hands on a black woman. But what I am going to say is equal rights also means equal less. And y'all are so quick to have gay men on your side to go ahead and fight your battles, but when it comes to them, look, y'all both take dick. Y'all both take dick. So you can't pick and choose on when you want to be friends and when you want to be enemies. Because now straight men is a straight, like, nah, I'm not putting my hands on a female. Well, most straight men are like, nah, like, I'm not putting my hands on a female. Well, there's some straight men to be honest, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about if you're female now. You're not putting your hands on me, or they just emotional. Gay men, oh yeah, bitch, you squaring up. What's up? But I want to say the paradox of how I said like most straight men. I believe that there's a majority of gay men who most likely probably won't. I won't know because I'm not gay. I don't know because I'm not gay, so I don't know how they think. But I don't want to just say like, hey, gay men put their hands on females, or they're most likely to. I don't know. Exactly. 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 You don't have a man, so you must be gay too, motherfucker. Oh, hey, that's some real shit. Oh God, I never thought about it that way. I such your mom. Oh God, you don't got a man, so you must be gay too. Oh God. Oh man, but yeah, it is definitely it's a coping mechanism because females, they can't accept rejection. Females cannot accept rejection. You know why? Because it's because females are all about their social identity. They're all about their sociality, and so they always want social acceptance from anybody and everybody until they hit that one man. Oh yeah, they think, oh yeah, I got a vagina and I have a pretty face, and and so you gonna want me because of that. Men is like, bitch, I see through you. Like, you believe, like, there's men like me who are tapped in and be like, oh, so you think just because you got a pretty face, nice ass, you think you all that? Nah, I'm cool. Tapped in with their third eye. I can see the spirits that are on you, and I can see by how you move. Nope, I'm cool. oh, you're automatically gay. No, I'm just tattooing with myself, and you're not. So, and the fact that you just said that to try to, the fact that you responded with an attack because I rejected you shows that I was right. You're just insecure. You think I'm gay? All right, cool, but I know you're insecure. So, hey, who's losing here?
Only because it's like once you put your hands on somebody, woman or not, you can't get mad on how a person responds. Now, me, I was always raised to never put your hands on a woman. It don't matter if they hit you or not. Mm-hmm. So that's just me. I would never do that. But if he feel like he had to defend himself, in
you
that
can tell he's gay.
Your biggest one. I'm not mad at you because as y'all can see, her energy was unprovoked and she was just doing a lot. Now, internet did a thing that actually located her. So she's actually Arlington, Texas resident. And TikTok by the name of Tizzy gave us an update on her.
You can see she was being aggressive. She slammed her cart into him multiple times. She also put her hands on that woman, which, by the way, did not know her. That's not her friend, like, trying to defuse. That was a woman who was literally just trying to help him out because she saw what was happening, all right? She starts throwing stuff off shelves at him, he claims. So he stopped recording, dialed 911. They end up on the opposite side of the store with her still going after him. At some point, she smacks the hand out of his phone, he says. So it's
smack the hand off his phone. Or smack the hand out of his phone. Shout out to my white man out here. I love my white man. On God. Pause.
And he grabbed her jacket and kind of slung her to the ground to get some distance so he could get his phone. The other woman tells him, just run. Just get out.
I gotta say that because there's times where like I mistakenly say shit and people gonna take it for
ran out, called
what it ain't is.
Police show up and she's leaving. They had like blocked in her car. He says she gets in her car, goes around police, takes off on a high-speed chase, and they don't get her. She gets away after all of that. I asked him, I said, do the police know who she is? He said, no, she got away. I said, are they looking for her? They want to arrest her? He said, yeah.
I ain't gonna cap. I slept with your moms. You hit it on the dot. And that's some real shit. I gotta read this out. A parallel I always find between females and God is they both want to be first, accepted, exalted, prioritized, worship, and constant affirmation, prayer. Since when did mortals think they deserve all this? That, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta marinate on that because you just did your thing. You just, hey, if you can pin that shit at the top for me. I don't think I can pin it right now. Can I pin it? Let me see. No, I can't pin it. But pin that shit at the top. Thank you. Cause that shit is fire. Yes, exactly.
They don't know who
I love that. I love that comparison. I love that. That shit.
Who she is, because he confirms.
I got to drink to that.
Several other people have also posted. Shy Brittany Colbert. Also, just throwing this out there. This username does not necessarily mean it's her. So if you find this username somewhere, it doesn't mean you found her, okay? So everybody just use some logic. Girl, what are you doing? Christmas Day, you start beef with some dude, you put hands on him and another woman to accomplish what? And then, honestly, not only are you looking at like assault and battery charges, you're probably looking at some felony charges too, from the taking off from police. I don't know. I mean, I hear you have something. I hope it was worth it. Hope you accomplished what you wanted. Pretty sure you're gonna have a knock on your door soon.
But Deontay, if you're watching this, I hope you heal from this situation, man, because even though it kind of like caught you off guard, stuff like that, you're just never gonna forget, man. You're never gonna forget it. So y'all go send y'all love to Deontay.
I'm sure he probably got some trauma for that too.
So the next conversation I want to have with you guys is Jasmine Cheeves. So anybody who don't know who Jasmine is, she's
Jada Cheeves.
She recently went viral yesterday, which I
I know y'all see that. I know y'all hold on. I know y'all see that. Hey, he may be gay, but we not. Y'all see that? Hey, y'all need to see the walkaway too. Let's go ahead and run that shit back real quick. Oh, you see? Hold on. Y'all see the highlights? Look at this. The most. So that hump mean is the most rewatched. Yeah.
With you guys is Jasmine Cheeves. So anybody who don't know who Jasmine is, she's Jada Waiter's sister. She recently went viral yesterday, which I
hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave, baby.
I'm gonna let you guys take a look.
Say have a good day.
All right, let's go back. biggest thing is there's only one true God, and God, he don't like false idols. He don't like idols. There's no other idols before me. And this thing is like, bruh, God, he will take a God, cause I always say he because I'm so like used to that, but I know God is not he. God is consciousness. That consciousness has no gender. But God, Yahweh, he takes accountability. I said he again, but God, Yahweh takes accountability. Females, they don't.
Hey. What the f is that? Blaze.
He probably learned from you.
Stop playing with me.
He probably learned from you.
You don't do that.
He probably learned from you.
All
Cause
right.
I'm sure she's
She's
a single
a lot
mom.
of backlash from the queer community because they felt like she overreacted, she was doing too much, and there were a lot of black.
I'm gonna give her some grace because I'm sure that there's hella black moms that have done worse. She's only getting backlash. She's only getting backlash because she's a known figure. Because they want her to be PC, which is politically correct. If y'all didn't know,
Women defending her in the comment section, basically saying that damn loyal. And if y'all don't get that joke, Jada Waiter got a son, and y'all already know the whole deal without it. The whole video on that is called "The Fear of Having a Gay Son." But Jada was going through so much backlash with her son because everybody was just saying like he's feminine, he's too flamboyant, he need to be around his damn daddy.
I'm the favorite cousin. I'm telling everybody.
hey, look, if an individual rejects God, that's his enemy. I keep saying he. That's God's enemy. God says that clear as day. If you reject me, that means that you're my enemy. I would never reject God. I don't give a fuck what I'm going through because I understand that, hey, the more I go through on some BS level, that's training me to become better, and the blessings are going to be even more. But God said, if you reject me, you are my enemy, and I would not want to be on the enemy line when it comes to God. I'm currently reading the Bible, but just from a little bit I've read, oh yeah, he's on this big one. He don't give a fuck. God, and I love God. All power to Yahweh, all love to Yahweh, all grace to Yahweh. But God, when he be coming, he be coming. So I don't want to be on God's bad side. I'm okay with taking these little licks, but because I know he's building me and he's training me and he's and he's developing me. The other people, oh nah, he know God knows all the way. Yeah, free will. Like you said, free will.
You just keep giving
And the thing is, free will, and he lets it be, but God understands that. Yeah, nah, like I hope you know that. Like I said, you're my enemy now. You're not trying to lock in with me. Okay, bet you're the enemy. I'm gonna treat you exactly like the enemy until you either come into what I have for you, or you're just never gonna be on that side of it. That's cool, but guess what? There's a whole lot of other shit that I could protect you from, but you revoked your rights because you don't fuck with me. You said that. You stated that. You said you never will. So, guess what? Because God does not have emotions like how humans do. God understands emotions, and he understands like, hey, you need to let it out. But it's a business. It ain't personal. It's business with God.
away.
Here's my take when it comes to this entire situation. So, I said this. I said enforcing masculinity in your child does not equate to your child becoming straight. I'm gonna say that again. Enforcing
you can be hella masculine and be gay.
Does not equate to your child becoming straight. I think a lot of times.
And another thing too, females cannot enforce masculinity. Words. Females cannot enforce masculinity on a male boy. That's why you need a 2-parent household with a male and a female to raise children. The nuclear home. When I just got chills, because I'm right. Y'all about to get chills too. There has to be duality. Feminine energy, masculine energy. They balance each other out. Where the men come in, they're the discipline. When the females come in, they're the nurturers. So the man doesn't go too hard on the kids, and the female doesn't soften them kids too much to where they can't do nothing. females, they cannot do both sides. And if you think about it with the statistics, if there were single parent house, I mean there are, but comparing a single mom to a single dads, their kids are more successful than single moms. Majority of serial killers and stuff like majority of serial killers, they've been raised with their moms because of all the emotion. But y'all don't talk about that.
People that's not within our community, they feel like femininity equates to being gay. And I'm gonna tell you, baby, I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this, baby, it don't. I think that's why masculine gay men get so much backlash from the straight community, because they like, damn, you masculine and you look good, like why you gay? Why you gay? They can't believe it. They be so in distraught. But baby, masculine gay men, masculine bisexual men, masculine.
Hey, look. If they trying to get their bread, they trying to get their bread. I ain't holding. Hey, this account, you gotta go ahead and get your bread how it gets.
Pansexual dudes exist, baby. It just
I ain't hating on them.
What it is. When it comes to
if they trying to get a tax break, you go ahead and get their tax break.
That I feel like a lot of children, they mirror what they see. So if you have your
but my thing is like with my thing is with females, as long as they're not creating broken homes and they like know what they need to do with their mans, like ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the female and understand like, hey, I don't want to do shit, but I want to make this man happy and I want to have kids. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's their career. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, something wrong with a female who is getting pregnant just to come after the man and then taking the kids and spiting the man, knowing the man wants to be a father figure in the kid's life and she's not allowing it. Now, that's a problem.
Flamboyant. Maybe he.
As long as they take care of the kids, as long as the female takes care of the kids and takes care of the husband and making sure everything's good and make sure that they have a good life, she's a great mom.
And these be the same women that have gay friends, y'all. She got a podcast. I don't know if she's still active on it, but the person who she's partnering with, he's a gay man. So it's just like, what the fuck?
Get another
they don't
one.
mind having us around. They don't mind us being best friends or stuff. But when it comes to their children being gay, that's like a no. We all seen what Young Miami said. I also want to play this very.
No, we ain't see what Young Miami said. What she say?
She was basically comparing the situation to something else. But I want y'all to pay very close attention to the end of what she said.
So y'all, everybody been mad at Jasmine Cheese for Chivez, whatever their last name is, for correcting her son for doing this. And everybody's like, oh, he's just a baby, da, 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 da. I 100% get what y'all saying, or whatever. But think about it like this. If that was a 1-year-old little girl, and she had her legs wide open, would y'all have that same energy?
They would not.
If a 1-year-old little girl had her legs wide open and the mama closed her legs and said, little girls don't do that, would y'all have the same energy?
But hold on though, because I feel like the example you did was good. But you should have kept it, you should have changed it to, instead of the mom, you should have said dad. You should have said dad. That's the only way. Because in order for this to work, say if that was a man and the kid was like did that shit, the dad would say, don't stop all that gay shit. Everybody be cool with it. Everybody some, all right, yeah, like you're supposed to do that as a dad. Maybe it'd be a little bit of backlash, but that's you dad. You're supposed to say that. A lot of my dad, not saying my dad said that, but a lot of people will say my dad said that shit if I did some gay shit. So that's why you gotta keep the thing the same, where it's opposite genders, where you wouldn't normally see that. You wouldn't normally see a mom checking a little boy about being, showing a little flamboyancy. You would not see that. Now, when it comes to the dad checking the little girl on that whole shit, you wouldn't normally see that either. Let's keep it being. You wouldn't normally see that. Like she said, we keeping the same example. Legs open. I ain't gonna cap. If I see my daughter's legs open like that, spreading a V, tying her up. As in tying the legs up. You can never open these legs ever again. You're always staying with me. You're my little princess. What the hell is you doing? Then I'm gonna look at her mama. Be like the fuck did she, how did she know? How'd she learn about this? Where's she learning it? They know she's just being a kid. What the hell is this? She can do a whole lot of other shit being a kid, but she want to do this. It's curtains. But yeah, let's keep it going.
Cause it's the same thing to me, and that's the reason why like I don't never speak on these type of topics. Cause I fuck around and get canceled. Cause I don't want to see my little son doing that shit either. And I got a 3-year-old. And like I said, it's a fucking double standard. Because had that been a little girl with her legs open, y'all would have been like, oh, that little girl got her legs open. Da, 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 da.
And also the difference is too, like, when it comes to, it's the same sex. If anything, more females would want the moms to check the daughter for doing like hoish type behavior, because you really see a lot of moms that kind of be seeing the videos of the little babies and they be like twerking but not really twerking. They just be moving their body up and down, but it's given the thing that they twerking because they see this shit in the videos, and a mom would like egg it on, and then the dad would just be over there looking like, if you don't stop that shit or they just push the baby, it'd be funny as fuck. But you see more of the moms entertaining what the babies are doing because they're like, oh yeah, well the babies, they're just being babies and da 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 da. They're just allowing, they're allowing the female, the girl babies to do that motion. And, oh, they're just babies. They just copy what they see. That's the thing. They copy what they see. So that means either you're watching some hoe shit around them or you're doing the hoe shit yourself. More of social media would definitely be okay and push black mothers calling their kids out on some hoe shit. I'm talking about the little baby that be doing this. I'm like, close them legs. Ladies don't do that on social media. And I'm not talking about embarrassing them, but I'm talking about they just check them like, young ladies don't do that. Don't do that again. We're not doing that. They wouldn't have a problem with that. They'd actually be applauding that because you really don't see that. That's why I said you should have used the father. Because in the videos, like I just said, is mostly the mom egging it on and the dad having to check it. But in this scenario, I'm talking about the actual, just a regular, just single dad checking that shit. Like, no, you're not doing that shit. That's some hoe shit. We're not, and he's not saying it like that. But like, baby, I love you so much. You're not doing that. No, don't do that.
And y'all would expect the parents to be like, close your legs. Little girls don't do that. It's the same fucking shit. Little boys don't do that. Period. And then y'all gotta let people raise their kids however the fuck they want to raise their kids. When I was a kid, I had a little brother, and it was me and my sister, and then I had a little brother. My little brother one time, he was like, yeah, that dog is so cute. My dad cussed him the fuck out and was like, little boys don't say cute. That's some feminine ass shit. And now, like, thinking about it, cute is just a word. But then me, I don't think I want to hear my son say, oh yeah, that's so cute. So yeah, let people raise their kids the way that they want to fucking raise.
It depends on how you use the word cute though. Because, hey, when I see a baby, then that baby's cute. She's a cute little baby. Or if I see a female, hey, she cute. She ain't pretty. She cute. Depends on how you use it. Now, as a little boy and his little balls haven't dropped yet, saying that, oh, that's cute. It's like, all right, bro. Like, see, you see how that's cute. Like, it's kind of gay. That's kind of gay. You better stop saying that gay ass shit like that. But it's like, grown man, like, hey, this is a cute baby. It's a cute little dog. But does that make me gay? No.
Their kids. And if she don't want her kid doing this, and she feel like little girls do that, then that's her fucking feelings. Because y'all was talking all that shit about Loyal and how he busting out his splits and doing all that type of stuff and doing cartwheels.
It's single moms. It's just because it's single moms.
Which is actually feminine. Cartwheels and shit can be masculine.
It's because single moms are raising them.
That's some feminine ass shit.
That's because single moms are raising them.
Say nothing wrong. Y'all just need to let people do whatever they want to do with their kids.
No, you need daddies to be in the house. That's what it is. You need the daddy to be in the house.
Like, her dad basically disciplined their son because their son said something was cute. Like y'all, after hearing that shit was so traumatizing. Oh my gosh, like that's crazy. All because he said something was cute. That's for girls. You don't say that. When the hell words belong to genders? And I also want to put in another clip of this black man. It was kind of triggering for him to watch it because it kind of brought him back to how his mom treated him.
Yo, I low-key think Jasmine Chavez was a little wrong for, coming at her baby like that. Personally, it was a little triggering, you feel me? Because I grew up with a mother who noticed things about me a little early and abused me from the time I was 8 all the way till I was old enough to leave the house. She hated me. I was called every sissy, every derogatory term you could think of to call a gay person, I was called that. And if you watch the video, right, she got in his face, and people think that babies are dumb. Babies
are very smart.
Babies also have no emotional competence, you feel me? So that's why they cry. That's why, when there's something wrong, usually there's an expression on their face, you feel me? So when she got in his face and, and was pressing him like he did something wrong, you saw, I don't want to say the fear, but there was obviously a shift in that little boy's mood when his mother got in his face asking him why he was doing that. It's like when I asked my dog, you feel me, I come home and he may piss on the floor because I was going too long. Why'd you do that? Immediately his ears go down. You feel me? He know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I said all that to say, Jasmine, you don't want to be like my mother, you feel me? 11 years I haven't spoken to my mother because she's my biggest trigger, you feel me? And that's just kind of what it is. Would you rather him pick up a gun? Would you rather him treat women like objects? You feel me? Is that what men are supposed to do? Is that what boys do? Kids can't even be kids anymore without people judging their character. It's crazy to me. Let alone their own parents. It really be your parents. It really be the people close to you. Love has no limit.
Don't say parents. Don't say parents. One parent. One parent. See, people like to get this shit. People like to get this shit generalized and not confused. No, I'm gonna say confused because he said his mom. His mom is the one that was saying all the names to him, saying derogatory names, they could feel less than, right? Made him feel like, all right, this is what, saying bullshit to him. Pete, remember I just said that mothers, they try to be the mom and the dad, and you can't do it because here's the thing about moms. Moms, the reason why females are sorry, I read a text. A reason why females are, are the nurturers is because they're emotional. That's why they can't do both. That's why men and women balance each other out. They do. In the regular sense of relationship, they do. A female, a mom, she can't fill the role of a daddy. Because guess what? When she get mad, she'll whoop the kid. She'll lash out at the kid. There's been times where, like, my mom, I love her, but she's definitely done shit to where I still gotta, process, not really process, I'm saying, I gotta process it, I gotta heal through it, I gotta do all that. And this is why I could tell my brother, say Zay more, he got to heal through the shit that his mom, because I'm not saying that he got to talk to her, but he's got to heal through it on his own, like meditate, do healing sessions, he got to vent about it to his homeboys or whoever, just that he needs to vent and heal through it. Because if he doesn't heal through that shit, he won't be able to have a good relationship with any type of woman. And I'm not saying that because I'm not saying that to like project, or I'm not saying that to say that, hey, he's never gonna have it. No, I'm saying if he heals through that, or when he does heal through that, his relationship with women are better. I'm not saying I know anything about his relationship, but most likely with him not talking to his mom, he's most likely trying to find his mom in the females that he's dating. Most likely. And a lot of females are not going to be, or they are either going to call him mommy, I'm not your mama, or he's gonna be overbearing to them, or he's just never gonna open up. So he's got to heal through that. Oh God, clock that T. Hey, but when it's been clocked, it's reject. That's facts. That's brother. That's very facts. Because my thing is, and I stopped your moms. We've been dogs for a fat minute. So you know what I'm about to say. When it comes to my friends and the people I keep around, right? I'd rather tell you the truth, tell you a harsh truth, and you hate me for a little bit, and then you grow to respect me because of the shit that I told you, than tell you a sweet lie. You love me now, but hate me later because I didn't tell you what you need to say. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. The thing is, then they try to get around it because the thing is with the life coaches, they try to get around it because, all right, well, I need to do this when they know they need to do it. But I'm gonna get somebody else to tell me, because if somebody else tells me, then I'll do it. In reality, they're not gonna do it because they're gonna do it how they want to do it regardless. They're just trying to push the blame off of somebody else and project, but not taking accountability for themselves. That's all they're doing. They're prolonging the time and pushing the blame off on somebody else. And it's like, reality, bro, that's you. That's you. That's you. So what you gonna do?
You feel me? So if you want to live in a world where, you know, love is limited, it's conditional, that's cool. You feel me? But don't put that on your kid.
And that's why I say tone is very important when it comes to talking to your children sometimes, especially when they don't know what's going on. Another situation I want to address is the rise of gay slurs.
In my next life, I think I want to be a punk. I absolutely love talking like a punk. Like, I just be out here like, sister. I be like, I don't know, sister. I think he giving trade.
Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I want to have like a big punk party. Like, bitch, I want a whole bunch of punks to be at my party. Like, I want it to be punks, just punks and girls. Like, I want a whole bunch of punks. Like, bitch, I need all my punks. I need y'all to out, like, out.
I know we just got started not too long ago, but let's go ahead and wrap that one up too, please. Y'all can't say punk no more. Straight people. Y'all can't say punk no more. It's sounding too phobic, too slurish, if you will. So we gonna go ahead and reclaim that one too until further notice. So if you're not part of the community,
reclaim it. Well, they spell it differently. They spell it P-O. The punk I'm used to is P-U. And what I knew as punk is a motherfucker being scared or scary. I mean, you got like a punk right now acting scary. But everybody knows that gay men, or just gay people in general, they don't be acting scary, bro. They don't be acting scary.
it's no reason for you to be saying that. And unfortunately, at this time, we will not be giving
But also,
out.
you can't be claiming every single word as a fucking as a slur. And my thing is like, bruh, okay, you're okay with. I know that I'm okay with, bruh, if somebody was to say nigga who ain't of the white race, who ain't of the black race, if somebody were to say nigga or some shit like that, bro, I really wouldn't even care, especially if they don't know me. I'm like, bro, okay, they saying that shit. What am I gonna do? Check them? Hey, my nigga, what nigga? What am I gonna do? Check them? Okay, cool. Hey, you can't say that word. Now what? Nigga, what you gonna do about it? Nigga, I dies about mine. That's me saying, nigga, I dies about mine. You're what? My word, nigga. You can't say that word. I look fucking retarded. I got shit to live for. What the fuck do I look like? What the fuck do I look like? Trying to argue with people over shit that doesn't really matter with words. So nigga, if I say punk, nigga, you a punk. And the intention behind it is gonna mean is what it is. I know what words to and what not to say. But I really There's no words I really don't say that is not to say. Like, it's all about the intention behind it. Nigga, you act like a punk. And you know what's crazy? I haven't used punk in a fat minute. So it's crazy that, the gays are trying to take punk, but they spelled it with an O. I'm used to with a U. Nigga, you acting like a punk. What, you saying I'm gay? What? No, nigga, I'm saying you acting scary. But if gay gets you more fired up, then yeah, you acting gay. How's that? Yeah, what?
Special guest passes for any individual outside of the community to say it. So don't joke about it. Don't even DL whisper it. Because we know that's your favorite homeboy right now. But we're going to leave that where it's at.
And when it comes to gay slurs, I'm not saying it's a rise in it. Like, people are just now calling us this because it's been going on. Like, people have been calling us the F word, the P word, and all of that. But I'm saying it's a rise in gay slurs because of what we see on the internet now. Peach McIntyre, which is a famous TikToker, she was on live the other day, and she basically feels like gay people are not born gay.
I don't give a fuck. Nobody saying I don't care who get mad. Ain't nobody born gay. I got in an argument with ChatGPT about it. It was like, people can be born. I was like, ain't nobody born gay. Well, if people born gay, how come everybody I know is like this? I went up until the 1980s, really, but in I think it was 1973, being gay was considered a mental illness. They literally had it listed as a mental illness, and they took it off. Then you used to have to, I don't know if they still do this, in order to change your gender, you used to have to go through a long, intensive period of therapy to like really be able to get them to say, yes, you're a girl. Yes, you were born a boy, but you're a girl. I don't know if they still do it now because they make it like it's so easy. If y'all making fake documents or something, I don't know. I really believe that if one of your children come out and say that they're gay, you should immediately ask them, who you, baby?
Look, no one's love is perfect. And you can tell that no one's love is perfect because they are raised in traumatic households. I was saying earlier how black households, whether it's a two-family or is a single household, like, bruh, they're raised with trauma. Older black people sweep shit under the rug, bruh. They sweep shit under the rug. Pedophilia, incest, DL, like, bruh, like that is all swept under the rug. No, that's a no. No talk about it. Like they don't talk about it. So it's like nobody's form of love is perfect. There's no love is perfect. The biggest thing is working towards that perfect love, and that means you have to do some healing. You have to do a whole lot of healing, depending on how you were raised and who you're raised by.
That is what I feel you should.
I'm pausing this because one thing I hate that people do, I hate when they try to align sexuality with the things that might have happened to you. Now, granted, I'm someone who was violated at a young age. I'm not going to get into it, but
did y'all just hear what this nigga just said, bro? Let's run this back. Because I don't think we heard that, like, clearly. Let's go ahead.
That if one of your children come out and say that they're gay, you should immediately ask them, who touched you, baby? Who touched you, baby? Tell me now. That is what I feel you should.
I'm pausing this because one thing I hate that people do, I hate when they try to align sexuality with the things that might have happened to you. Now, granted.
Now, when he meant align, he meant, I'm losing the fucking word because of the bullshit he just did. Not bullshit, but it was just very ironic. But associate, that's what he means. Like, associate, oh, somebody touched me, that's why I'm gay. I was touched, so that's why I feel like I need to change. Now listen to what he just said, because he said he has a problem with people associating being touched with being gay.
I'm someone who was violated at a young age. I'm not going to get into it, but I was violated by my older cousin. And my older cousin, I feel like the only reason why he did it was because of he could already sense me, the way I act. I was very flamboyant, and I still am.
You know, I want to listen to the whole thing.
He can already sense that shit. So it was like he did that, but that didn't mean that it made me that way. It just happened to me.
And now this is what I want to say. Because you are assuming that he touched you, your older cousin touched you because he knew that you were already going to be gay because you're flamboyant, right? But I want to know, do you know? As in, did you go back and, like, I'm sure you probably don't talk to him, but did you ask him, hey, why did you rape me? Why did you sexually assault me? I'm not taking away from what you just said. I slept with your moms. But what I'm saying is, in most encounters when it comes from gay people, they've been touched sexually when they were younger. But my thing is the fact that he said that he don't like how it's always equated to, hey, he was like, I don't like how it's associated with being touched. Being touched when you're younger, that led to me being gay. But he was touched when he was younger. And now he's gay. See, it would have been way different. It would have been way different if he never was touched, but he ended up being gay. That's a trauma that he has to deal with. And that's why I asked, I was like, hey, did you ever go to that cousin who touched you and ask him, hey, why'd you rape him? Why'd you touch me sexually? Why did you do this rape? Why did you touch me like this? Because I'm sure, very sure, he did not say, I touched you because you're flamboyant. I knew you were already going to be gay. So let me just jumpstart the process because you already know. He didn't say that shit. It was some power shit. Power as in, hey, this individual is vulnerable. I like kids. I'm going to touch this motherfucker because I can't control myself. And they ain't going to say nothing because guess what? Maybe he did have a little insight of, yeah, this individual's like flamboyant or something like that. Tried to use that to against you, towards like to make you scared from telling your mom, your dad, or whoever. But they did not. Your cousin did not say, "Hey, I touched you because you're flamboyant, so I knew you were gonna be gay. So let me go ahead and just jumpstart it." No. Now I'm saying all this to say. Because I understand what he's saying. Like, he's saying, don't just assume that all gay people are gay because they might have been molested. I understand what he's saying, and I agree with that. Hey, I slept with your mom. You get it. On God. Hey, we both speaking the same language, brother. I understand what he's saying when he's saying, hey, don't just assume that because somebody's gay that they were touched. I understand what he's saying. In which that would have been better. If anything, I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. He shouldn't have even said that he was touched. I ain't gonna lie. He shouldn't have said that he was violated by his cousin. If he really wanted his argument to be stronger, or just his opinion to be stronger, he shouldn't have even said that he was touched by his cousin. To be dead honest. He really shouldn't have. Because it wasn't really an argument or an opinion, but it's like, bro, like, well, you're gay, but you're touched by your cousin. So it really just sounds like you're deflecting. Or it sounds like it's a coping mechanism. Or it sounded like you're not accepting the fact. That's what it sounds like. Now, if you had some if you had some examples of like, I don't know how to get examples, but if you had some examples, excuse me, of individuals who just grew up and they knew they was gonna be gay or some shit like that, and they were never touched, they were in a loving family. Hey, use that to refute that. But then I don't know. But yeah, I feel like your argument would have been, I won't say argument because it wasn't an argument, it was just an opinion. You say you don't like it. But it's the fact that you say you don't like it and then you went after and said that, hey, I was touched by my cousin, but I don't mean that. And then you inferred why he touched you by saying, hey, I was a little bit flamboyant. You don't know if you're flamboyant or not. You really don't know. Because you can't remember back into your childhood. Talking about, I don't remember my actions and shit like that when I was in childhood. Let's be honest, I don't. Outside of what other people would say about me while I was in childhood, in the videos I have of myself. You really don't know. You're just inferring. You're inferring that you were flamboyant. How do you know that after he touched you, that's when you became more flamboyant? How do you know that? Or why don't you know? Like it's different things that could have made you kind of who you are today. But you're just inferring. But it's your life. I'm just saying. That's why I'm asking. That's why I say, hey, we need to do some healing. Everybody needs to do some healing. Hey, I slept with your moms. Exactly. He did. He just straw manned his own rebuttal. I don't know what straw man means, but yes, he did. You know what? Let's pull a Kais on that. Okay. Oh, no. All right, let's see. Let's see. Misrepresentation of somebody else. Sorry. That's he created a fallacy. Hold on, wait. Cause he didn't destroy it. Hold on, let me see what was a fallacy. Man, get the fuck out of here. See, that's why, man. Hold on, bro. What's wrong with you? I really hate Yahoo. Cause this should be pissing me off. Fuck Yahoo. No, not Yahoo. Oh, yes, he did. But he did. But my thing is, he didn't like misrepresent. He misrepresented. Yes, he did. He misrepresented by his own his own backstory. You're right. So he did. He strawmanned it by misrepresenting his, but it wasn't his opponent. Oh no, it was his opponent. Yeah. Oh God. And I said with your moms, I'm not doing this to come at you. I'm not doing this. But the reason I'm searching it up and everything is so we can more get some understanding. I'm sure that you saw the shit about Castaneda and him looking up words that he didn't know how to say and didn't know the meaning. I was doing that because I'm showing that, hey, this is what you do when you don't know shit about that. I didn't understand what the straw manning phrase was, and that's why I'm looking it up. And it's not to get at Kai, because I actually said, Kai, that's smart, because I would do that shit too. I would use the fucking thesaurus to make sure the words that I'm using made sense in the way that I was using them. But yes, he definitely strawmanned his own I wouldn't even say his rebuttal. He strawmanned his argument towards what he was Man, what the hell? Okay, cool. He strawmanned the argument he was trying to make for TikTok. Because he misrepresented a version of his opponent's argument to easily be knocked down. Yes, on God. Now, and guess what? We still gonna look at fallacy. What the fuck is going on, bro? Hey man, I have no idea what's going on with my fucking Wi-Fi, but hey. Fallacy definition. There's shit going on with my fucking Wi-Fi, y'all. Y'all will be able to see this in the fucking group chat. Shit. In the in the actual video. But there's shit going on with my stream. I have no idea what's going on with my fucking stream, bro. Like, this just actually pissing me off, bro. But a fallacy I have no idea what the fuck's going on with my shit. This shit is acting up. A fallacy is a mistaken belief, especially one based on an unsound argument. Yeah, so you got a fallacy. But yes, he definitely straw man. Man, we spent a hell of time on this fucking video. It's cool though, because I'm fucking with this video.
First. Now, I don't believe that you should shun them, beat them, anything of that nature. I do feel like you should accept people for where they are, but you should still be real with people as well. I feel like there is a high percentage of people who are gay who have been sexually assaulted in childhood, and that is the reason that they are gay.
Now she said
Not the reason. The hell?
Now hold on. Because she said a high. As in, she didn't say all. She said a high statistic or a high amount of people. So, and he just heard. When she said high, I believe he heard all. And it's like, no, bro. Like, she said what she said.
For a fact that nobody is born gay. Nobody. Even when you say, well, some people are born with both genders. Well, they were born with both genders. They're still not born gay.
You're born as a female until your embryo cooks up and then decides, hey, am I going to be a female or a male? That's how it goes. So technically, we're both born with both genders. We start off as a female. Then formulate, all right, am I going to stay a female or am I going to a male form?
I feel like this information is important to tell our children and to know in general, because it then goes with a lot of the behaviors that we see. This is why people act in such manners. I also feel like it's 2026. If you are gay, you don't have to be down low. I hate that there are so many people that are down low and angry at the world about it. If you like boys, you just like boys. If you like girls, you just like
I don't think there's a lot of people that are down low
you just
anymore.
like them is most likely because of what happened to you in childhood.
Okay, we're stopping it. I'm sorry, I cannot listen to no more ignorance. But basically, I feel like she.
And that's the problem. That's the problem, because you saw it as ignorance. She genuinely was giving out her thought process, but also her what is it called? Her empathy. She was giving out her little bit of understanding or what she thought, but she was also giving out like her empathy and stuff like that too. But you took it as a weapon, and maybe what you could have done is, if you were to get out of your emotions, say, hey, you know what? This may not be right, or this isn't always a thing, but let me go ahead and listen to her and let me give you my feedback. But also, I mean, hey, your feedback, it wouldn't really work because you got touched as a little boy. You turned out to be gay. So that would refute your whole argument. It really would. It really would. You shouldn't have said that you got touched. That's my biggest thing. You shouldn't have said you got touched and now you're gay, because that actually affirms her argument.
Just speaking based off of her experience, but there's plenty of gay people, there's plenty of lesbians who never experienced that. There's plenty of
Aren't gay people lesbians too?
gay people who had both parents who had an active father in their life that just happens to be gay. It just is what the fuck it is. Y'all trying to align being violated to sexuality is crazy as fuck. Because if we want to do that, let's say the same thing about straight people. If your daughter happens to like boys, or if your son happens to like girls, so did you get touched on? Like, it sounds crazy as fuck.
Nope, that's not good. That's not a. You're doing it out of emotion. You're not really logically sounding the argument. That's not how it works. If you were to align it to if you were to align it to straight people, you could say that, hey, the reason that females are, turn out to, or the reason that females end up promiscuous, that's what it is. The reason that females the reason that females wind up promiscuous is because they were touched as a little girl. Or the reason that the boys who are heterosexual end up just as promiscuous, running through these little girls and not giving a fuck, is because they were touched as a little boy. Or you could say that, hey, the reason why this male is so abusive or something like that is because he was touched. That's a better argument, but not a, hey, the reason that you like males and you're a female is because you got touched. That's not a good sound argument, brother. You're just going out of your emotions. So either clock that, rewind, go back and listen to your video, watch your video, and realize, not even your video, yeah, all right, look at your video, but also look at her video, really. Because I agree with what you said. Hey, she was doing it from her own experience. She was saying that from her own experience. But you really need to go in and look at it and really take it in. Because also another thing I'm thinking too is that you got triggered. Yes, you got triggered because you were touched as a kid, because you just said that, but also you're gay. So you got triggered from that, from her even saying that. That's why you really couldn't peep what she was saying. Oh my, thank you, Yahweh. Thank you, my benevolent ancestors. You got pissed because you haven't healed that side. You haven't healed it. You haven't healed and forgiven yourself. It wasn't your fault. It's not your fault that you got touched. But that's why you couldn't hear it. That's why you couldn't peep what she was saying.
Why are you comparing somebody being violated to sexuality? I will never understand it. And I think it's very ignorant and small-minded to have that kind of mindset. And that's why I couldn't finish that fucking video. I'm not finishing that, no. I do want to also talk about a situation that I just seen yesterday as well. But it's this black boy. He was confronted by his grandfather or father, I'm not sure. But basically, his father let him know that he genuinely, he don't want him expressing himself the way he wants to in his household. If you're going to be gay, you have to do that outside of my house, not inside of my house. So let's react to it together, because I have an interesting take.
House food when you're ready. Okay? All I ask you to do is abide by the rules of the house Okay? I don't want to see it. Okay? Before you're done, you come in with eyeshadow, lipstick, dress on, all that stuff. So please, cut it now, take it out of your ears. When you go out, you can put it in. Or, first of all, you start with a nail. So it's a little bit, until it look like God knows what. So do me a favor right now, and don't let me have to say it again, because it's not going to be nice. Okay? Homosexuality is not something that I condone. Not something that I condone. And I seriously mean it. I walk inside here, instead of coming inside here, my wife looking happy, her face is long and dropped because of you. And you know what you're doing. And I don't care whether you're 20, 21, 22, but you live in this house, right?
Yeah.
You have a room upstairs. You're not paying rent. You're not paying light. You're not paying water. So the only thing you can do is abide by the rule of the house until you're ready to go out and live on your own, and you can do whatever you want to do. You can put on panties. You can put on dress. You can put on lipstick. You can put on eyeshadow. You can change yourself, but not in the house.
One thing I can say is that I feel for the guy when it comes to living in somebody else's house, because they'd be like, you can't do anything while you on my roof. I pay the bills in this. You can't, because I remember this one time when I was back at Cleveland, and I had a job. I was working at ACTS. But I was in the movie room, and I was just chilling, drinking and shit like that. My stepdad came in just on some bullshit. He's talking about da-da-da. Did I tell you da-da-da? You can't drink no more. You can't drink no more. Da-da-da. I'm like, nigga, I have a job. I'm making money. Why the fuck you worry about what I'm doing? I'm not bothering nobody. But you up here fucking up my vibe. But he tried to think he could control me because I lived under his house. I lived, under really my mom's roof because my mom paid for everything because of her business. But yeah, I feel for him when it comes to that, especially with his choices. Like, that's some bullshit.
Okay? So please, right now, don't let me have to say it again, or else we're gonna have problems. I want a peaceful, quiet home when I come in, okay? And you are making it bad for me, and I know.
I think this is why
Hold on, a peaceful, quiet home, but he's the one that's yelling? He's the one that's yelling, and he wants a peaceful, quiet home?
a lot of people go to contact with their parents, y'all. Like, it's crazy. Where do I start, bro? I feel like when it comes to us being young, ready to express ourselves, it can be very dangerous because it's like you already are, like, you're young, so like you don't really have the financials to be able to move out on your own. So when you're in a situation like this, it's like, what do? A lot of people run away. They literally go through the phase of being homeless just so they can be themselves. They don't really care. But me personally, I feel like if you're going to be living with somebody that's homophobic, I think you should still go by their rules unless you have the funds to be able to live out on your own. This is exactly what I used to tell people all the time when they used to come to ask me about coming out. Like, I used to always ask them, like, well, do you know if your parents are for sure homophobic? Like, have you tested them? Have you gave them hints? Like, how do they react to it? And I've always said, if your parents don't condone it whatsoever and you feel like they'll get to the point where they'll disown you, don't come out to them until you're in a situation where you can leave.
My sisters and my onion.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's actually fucking sad. That's actually fucking sad to where it's like you gotta test your parents. Like, cause when I heard, have you tested your parents? That just reminds me of just a relationship with a female. It just reminds you of a relationship with a female. Oh, is she the one for you? Or they test her to see if she's loyal, or just vice versa, or test him, make sure he's. That's just toxic. Because you know what that is? That's checking the temperature. That's really what it is. That's checking the temperature, see what they own. And it's like, but your own parents is crazy. And I feel bad for the people who have to do that. Damn, that's fucked up.
In your arm, and everybody might love Jonathan and pray. But listen, you live in this house. You don't live with them. Okay? So if you want to do all of that stuff, you can ask if you can move to Florida and live with them. Okay? But when you're in the house, I don't want to see that. I've dealt with enough with you. I dealt with the fingernail. You can't even put gas in your car, but you can put fingernail on every same time you want to. Okay? Now you're putting on everything. You still can't take care of your car. Plus you have a room upstairs that it's all topsy-turvy. You don't make up your bed anymore. You don't care your roommate. All you care about is your adornment.
All right. Hold on. All right, look. I've heard this look for too long. You can't be a gay nigga and not keep your shit straight. Because all we've heard about gay niggas is that they're nice and tidy. Well, not nice and tidy, but they like good things and they take care of them shit themselves. Let's keep it a bean. You can't be a gay nigga and just not have your bed. Because I peeped your bed like when I first got on it. Your bed is not made up. And you have your camera on to where we can see it. It's off with the... You can't... You're fucking up the stereotype now. Or maybe that's what you're trying to do. Trying to fuck with the stereotype. That the gay man, they are all clean and tidy and you know, everything is all... I don't know how I want to say it. Just nice, tight, and just... They're able to move how they move and then suave and shit like that. I don't know.
It's what I'm seeing. So do me a favor, Jonathan. Get the earrings out of your ears before I explode. All right? Please. Do it somewhere else.
His granddad has to be white.
Stuff and go live with your friends.
His granddad has to be white.
Maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe reality check. When that check comes check, okay, right now you're acting like you're a woman, okay? And you're dressing like you're a woman. I'm not. Okay? Earrings on both ears. So you want somebody to... Jonathan, please, let's go take it out. And please, when you're ready to move out, you can move out.
You do sound like he have other family members who don't mind him being gay, so it is what it is. So I feel like he should probably take that route if he feels like it's just mentally draining to the point where he just has to go. Okay, my camera died. But anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Oh, God. Hey, brother, I love you too, and I appreciate it. Shout out to the Nykel, Dante. That was a dope video. Let me see what his videos are about, because if his videos are just about us being gay and shit like that, I'm not gonna be watching this shit. Black church homophobia, black people homophobia, mainstreamification, queer lingo, queer fans, dear gays, gays in my image. Yeah, that was a dope video, but I'm not going to be